Not not before the program is over. Yeah.
Started practicing.
Sorry.
Kids have just started practicing.
Okay.
So I'm just checking on February 23rd, Sunday.
Oh, you mean for the dance?
For the dance.
Okay, for the dance you can do. Yeah, we can do after the in the Sunday program itself. So
I just thought of checking is 23rd will work for family activities.
so we have Sunday 25th is 25th you said, right? 23rd is fine. It will be around 1:30. Yeah, because right after you have to confirm and you have to come and you announce it and then okay, okay. Should not happen that Yes, yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. Stay for the program.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare If I go from glory, if I go from God, if I go from God, if I go from God, if I go from glory, if I go from God, if I go from God, if I go from God, Jai Sachitana, Jai Sachitana, Jai Sachitana, Jai Sachitana, Jai Sachitana, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki and the Gaudiya Vaishnava Haridas Thakur ki Islam Bhadaracharya Srila Prabhupada Ancient God Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Virta ki Radha Krishna Gopinath Radha Krishna Puri Govardhan ki Shri Vrindavan Mandal Dham ki Shri Nadi Mahaprabhu Dham ki Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Vidham ki Yamuna Mai ki Bhakti Devi Krishna Devi ki Shri Gaura Sundar Shri Nityananda Ram ki Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Swami ki Shri Prabhupada ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanande all glorious be assembled all glorious be assembled all glorious be assembled all glorious to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga all glorious to Shri Prabhupada.
Simha, Shri Narasimha, Jaya Jaya Narasimha, Jaya Narasimha, Jaya Jaya Prahaladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Devindra, Prahaladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Devindra, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvabhaumukam Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvabhaumukam Narasimham Vishanam Vajram Mrityum Namamyaham Narasimham Vishanam Vajram Mrityum Namamyaham Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Ito Narasimha, Parato Narasimha, Ito Narasimha, Parato Narasimha, Ito Narasimha, Parato Narasimha, Ito Narasimha, Parato Narasimha, Jayanta Yami Sato Narasimha. Yato yato yami kato narasimha. Yato yato yami kato narasimha. Yato yato yami kato narasimha. Vahe narasimha, Jaye narasimha. Vahe narasimha, Jaye narasimha. Vahe narasimha, Jaye narasimha. Vahe narasimha, Jaye narasimha. Sharanam Prapati Narasimha. Sharanam Prapati Narasimha. Sharanam Prapati Narasimha. Sharanam Prapati Naka Apuka Shrinka Sarita Vinatya Kashitu Sanu Krishna Eka Bhakti-rita Narari Guma Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
नहीं 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 ठीक है that's been announced first. Yes, 1 minute. First chapter 2 was 53, right?
54. I'm
54?
sorry, 53. Yeah,
Yeah.
53. You're right.
Why is this thing? Where's my cursor? That's it. Start screen or not? Just touch.
परमहंस परिव्राजक श्रीमद With divine grace, please help me to Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Chali Guru Vishnu Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivraj Kumar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Gaudiya Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasa Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Prabhupada Sarvaguru Radha Kundi Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Mayapur Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Jagannath Baladesh Patimarani ki Shri Gauranga ki Shri Radha Badam ki Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Bhagavan ki Go Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So we continue Bhagavad Gita. That's the second chapter. So much in the second chapter. So today we're on text 53. Shruti vipraripanate.
Shruti Vipratipannate
Yada stayasti nischala.
Yada Stasyati Nishala
Adhavachala buddhis.
Samadhavachala Buddhis
Tada yogam avapshyasi.
Tada Yogam Avapsyasi.
Shruti vipratipanate.
Shruti Vipratipannate
Yada sasyasti nischala.
Yada Stasyati Nishala
Madhavachala buddhis.
Samadhavachala Buddhis
Tada yogam avapshyasi.
Tada Yogam Avapsyasi.
Shruti pratipalate.
Shruti Vipratipannate
Yada stasyasti nischala.
Yada Stasyati Nishala
Madhavachala buddhis.
Samadhavachala Buddhis
Tada yogam avapshyasi.
Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Shruti Vipratipannate Yada Stasyati Nishala Samadhavachala Buddhis Tada Yogam Avapsyasi.
Shruti viprati
Shruti Vipratipannate Yada Stasyati Nishala Samadhavachala Buddhis
Tada yogam avapsyasi.
Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Shruti Vipratipannate Yada Stasyati Nishala Samadhavachala Buddhis Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Shruti Vipratipannate Yada Stasyati Nishala Samadhavachala Buddhis Tada Yogam Avapsyasi.
Shruti Vipratipannate
Shruti Vipratipannate
Stasyati Nishala
Yada Stasyati Nishala
Buddhis
Samadhavachala Buddhis
Tada Yogam Avapsyasi.
Tada Yogam Avapsyasi.
Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nishala samadhavachala buddhe tada yogam avapsyasi. Kids, come on. See, come on.
Try to get.
Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nishala samadhavachala buddhe tada yogam avapsyasi. Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nishala samadhavachala buddhe avapsyasi. Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nishala samadhavachala buddhe tada yogam avapsyasi. Vipratipanna yada stasyati nishala samadhavachala buddhe tada yogam avapsyasi.
Let's do it all together. Shruti, together. All at the same time.
Shruti vipratipanna yada stasyati nishala samadhavachala buddhe tada yogam avapsyasi.
Word for word in translation. Shruti of Vedic revelation, vipratipana, without being influenced by the fruitive results, take your yada, when, sasyati, remains, nischala, unmoved, samadha, in transcendental consciousness of Krishna consciousness. Achala, unflinching, buddhi, intelligence. Tada, at that time, yogam, self-realization, avapsyasi, you will achieve. Translation purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He died.
Jai.
He died.
Jai.
When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness. Please repeat after me. When your mind is no longer disturbed
When your mind is no longer disturbed
by the flowery language of the Vedas,
by the flowery language of the Vedas,
and when it remains fixed
and when it remains fixed
in the trance of self-realization,
in the trance of self-realization,
then you will have attained the divine consciousness.
the divine consciousness.
To say that one is in samadhi is to say that one has fully realized Krishna consciousness. That is, one in full samadhi has realized Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. The highest perfection of self-realization is to understand that one is eternally the servitor of Krishna, and that one's only business is to discharge one's duties in Krishna consciousness. A Krishna conscious person or unflinching devotee of the Lord should not be disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, nor be engaged in fruitive activities for promotion to the heavenly kingdom. In Krishna consciousness, one comes directly into communion with Krishna, and thus all directions from Krishna may be understood in that transcendental state. One is sure to achieve results by such activities and attain conclusive knowledge. One has only to carry out the orders of Krishna or his representative, the spiritual master. Om Jnana Tirunada Samjana. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shiva Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama. This verse and next couple of verses reveals to us the importance of understanding our relationship with Krishna, but just as important, understanding our relationship with the spiritual master. Without the spiritual master, one cannot have Krishna. Some people think I'll just go directly to Krishna, like going to the temple or going to a sacred place. But there's no access to Krishna without going through the spiritual master. In Christianity, they say like this: no man comes to the Father but by me. That's a verse in the Bible. Jesus is saying, no man comes to the Father but by me. But it's misunderstood. That but by me means the spiritual master. Yasya prasada.
Bhagavad prasad, yasya prasada, tapati kutopi.
Without the mercy of Krishna and the mercy of the spiritual master, one cannot go back to the spiritual world. Na gati. Gati means destination. No, na means not. Nagati. You will not get that destination. Actually, Krishna tells Arjuna in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Anarya Justa Aswagya. Aswagya means you won't go to heaven. Navadika Tobi means you won't go back to Godhead. So Arjuna actually had a choice. You want to go to heaven or you want to go back to God? In the beginning, he's thinking like a Kshatriya. I want to go to heaven. Because the Kshatriyas who die in battle, they go to heaven. Higher planets, Indralok, Chandralok, all these different loks. But the devotee has no interest to go to these different lokas. So therefore, why would a devotee engage in fruitive activities to get a higher planet? A Brahma Bhuvanaloka. What's the other part? Brahma Bhuvanaloka, Avartina, or in other words, going to Brahma's planet, which is the highest planet in the universe, and Brahma lives for 311 trillion years. You all think, what? It's impossible. Someone lives for 311 trillion years. I saw at Kumbh Mela in one video. There's one sadhu I've seen many times. He's 143. 143.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's not
But his
confirmed.
body is completely, practically not there. But no, it's not confirmed what they say. Actually, Prabhupada said, there are some yogis in the Himalayan mountains, they live 400 years, 500 years, 600 years, but they don't come down. They don't come up. They never mix with society. So devotees are not interested in going to the higher planets. I had one godbrother. What was it? Garbhodakshai Vishnudas. Very nice devotee. He used to always say, he was a disciple of Prabhupada, I want to go to the heavenly planet. But he heard so many beautiful things, Nanda Kandana gardens, so many beautiful things, beautiful bodies. They don't suffer the whole life. The demigods do not suffer the whole life. At the end of their life, they just die. Can you imagine? As we get older, we start to suffer more. But the demigods don't suffer like that. They live their whole life, and at the end, then they just pass away. Like our dear Srila Prabhupada. You can see, watch his videos, he was so enthusiastic in traveling and preaching and so many things, but at the end, within a few months, Krishna took him. He didn't have to stay a long, long time, so just a few months. And even during that time, he was absorbed in samadhi. What is samadhi? Thinking of Krishna. People think samadhi means in some type of meditation to attain something. Real samadhi means constantly thinking of Krishna. Right? Manmana Dalamad Bhakta. Prakatam Kirti Antolama. Failing places Krishna saying, think of me in the midst of all your struggles. If all of us are going through struggles. No one will raise their hand if I ask, is anyone not having any problem? Even the young kids will say, yes, I have a problem, right? So many problems. So that is the nature of material world. Dukkhalayam. What's the other one?
Ashashvatam.
What does it mean?
Material world is a place of misery.
Dukkha. Dukkha. That means suffering. Dukkhalayam is Shasvatam. And it's temporary. I remember years ago when everybody used to explain this. It's so amazing how you explain this. But the fact that we're not satisfied with temporary things means that we return. You follow that? We're not satisfied with temporary things. That's why we try to buy a car that's going to last us 40 years. We want our house to withstand tornadoes and fire. We want it to exist, but it's not. And neither will we exist. Prabhupada says a man will spend all his money, all his energy to build a big, big skyscraper building to last 150 years. But the man will die in 50 years. So why? Because our natures, we are eternal. We're not happy with temporary things. We want the happiness to exist continually. I remember one sannyasi godbrother of mine in Stockholm, Sweden. We went to visit there in Stockholm, Sweden. And he was explaining at the Sunday feast about drinking a nice cold drink. Like in India, Limca. What's the other one? Campa-Cola. Maza. Is it Maza or Maza?
Maza.
That's my favorite. Like a mango. You can drink it all day. But he said, you drink it, and you go, and it's over. It passes over your tongue, then it's gone. In the spiritual world, whatever taste you have, you can taste it eternally. It's not temporary. Nothing is temporary. Everything here is temporary. And we're not happy with the temporary world because we are
Eternal.
We're Georgian. We're Hindu. Black, white, all that stuff. Because we are eternal soul. Eternal soul. So, what is the purpose in trying to do Vedic justice for temporary benefit? Then the other question is, why do so many people, or why are so many people attracted to Vedic ritual? So you can make an argument from the Vedas, from Bhagavad Gita, from Mahabharata, that Yudhisthira was organizing what kind of junket was that? Rajasuya. And he needed to collect so much money and riches and all these different things. I believe Arjuna had to go and collect all this for Yudhisthira. So you can say, what is this point? You're saying, why should we focus on Vedic sacrifice? When one of the greatest devotees in history focused on the Vedic sacrifice. Why did he do that? Who knows?
To please the Supreme Personality of God.
Yeah, actually, also to prove that Krishna is Supreme Person. And then the gopis, they worship goddess Katyayani. They want a big house. Oh, they wanted a lot of children. Oh, they want some beautiful saris. Why did they worship Katyayani? They wanted Krishna as a husband. So in that way, you do something to get more devotion service. Yes.
So we can do Devi Puja?
You saying can you do Durga Puja?
Yeah.
I have never done it. But some people do, but they do it for the wrong purpose.
We do it for petting Krishna.
I mean, it's an auspicious thing. You know, Durga's, she's a great devotee of the Lord. She has a very thankless task. It's like the police. Nobody likes to see a policeman in the rear view mirror. If you see the police lights going, you get scared. It's just a man or a woman. What's the big deal? Because they have a job to catch you speeding or doing something wrong. They're always looking to see who's doing something wrong. They don't really look to see who's doing something right. Who's doing something wrong. So Durga's looking, what rascal you are. Right? She's thinking, where are the rascals? And then she can punish them. And Prabhupada used to always say that she, like Kali, has that pitchfork or something.
Trident.
Trident. We call it tissue.
Issue.
So with that tissue, suffering is there. Adhyatmika, adhibautika, adhyayika. 3 kinds of suffering. You cannot escape it. Adi Daivika means the demigods who cause storms, rain, too much heat, too much cold. Adi Daivika suffering. All of us have to experience it. It's like recently in California, when they had the fires, the rich people, the moderately rich people, the poor people, everyone suffered. All the way up to Hollywood. Place of big illusion. Could not take away the suffering. Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika. What is Adi Bhautika? It means bullying. A lot of kids they know about bullying. That's called Adi Bhautika. Someone else is causing you problems, right? Yes. Especially our youth, they have to experience that all the time, so-called bullying. That is Adi Bhautika. But what is the other one?
Adhyatmic.
That's you cause problems to yourself. Your mind is getting, does anyone have a problem with their mind other than me? The mind is always proposing something which is a distraction. Adi Atmika. So those three sufferings are there. So naturally, people want to get free from suffering. So they think, let me go to the demigod, and he can protect me. So when you read the Vedas, without the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, you will become confused. That's why I asked the question in the beginning. Why do so many people want to do some type of puja? Because they read in the Shastra, and they heard from their parents, they heard from some sadhu or brahmana, something about the different pujas you can do and what you can get by doing it. When I first started in this Vedic path, it was not under Prabhupada, it was under a different guru. And he didn't teach us anything about bhakti. Nothing. Nothing about surrender, pure devotion, nothing. All he taught that I can remember was how to become more successful by going deep into your meditation. You'll find the unbounded reservoir of intelligence. And with that, you can enjoy life more. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Because everyone's looking for that. And then Prabhupada said, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. It ran totally contrary to the Western mindset, because that's all we were looking for. We were making money so we could do those four things. The Prabhupada said, you have to get better. But what he did in order to bring us to the point of being able to think about giving that up, he gave us what? Chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And he gave us the process of getting the intelligence to understand the importance of chanting. If I just tell the person to chant, they may say, nah, I don't want to do it. Like that little story that Prabhupada says, the lady asked the man to chant, chant, chant. The man says, can't. Can't do it. But you're dying. I still can't. Why? Because that person has not understood the benefits of chanting. Now, sometimes you want to get the children to chant, right? Papaji's. The Papaji's already doing some ordained. But the mothers have to deal with this, right? You can't, right, Christian? Try to get them to chant, they go, I want to play. No. Like Prahlad Maharaj when he was in school. His friends would say, Prahlad, okay, we can talk about this God thing later. Let's play right now. God says, no, Pomara Acharya Prabhu. No, we have to start now while we're young. We don't have to wait. But everybody wants to enjoy it. So we try to get them to chant. But sometimes we don't tell them what the benefits are of chanting. Or we may think the children are too young, they can't understand these benefits. Let's tell them something. Okay, if you chant, I'll give you some money. If you chant, you can do this or that. But the real point is, if you chant, what is the name of our book? Chant and
Be happy.
you want to be happy? You're not a kid, right? I know you want to be happy, right? At Georgia State. We want to be happy. What about you? You want to be happy? Yes, Tulsi, you want to be happy? And you? Why do you want to? Say it a little louder.
Like being happy to affect your life.
Affect your life. Grown ups, open your ears. The children are telling us, we want to chant so we can be happy, and our lives will be affected in a positive way. If you admit the three forms of suffering, then you might become more interested in chanting. You can't get away from body diet. You can't get away from body broken. Definitely cannot get away from your own mind. Cannot. But we can be happy. We can be happy. So the other verses that are related to this is so amazing. It comes to the point where Arjuna is like, Krishna, how do you identify such? Right? So in this next verse, Arjuna asks Krishna, oh Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? So Prabhupada is talking about transcendence, getting away from the flowery language of the Vedas and all that, attaining divine consciousness. So Arjuna, someone comes and says, well, what are the symptoms? And then Prabhupada explains in different places that everyone has their symptom, like a businessman has a symptom or symptoms, medical field, they have their symptoms, political field, they have their symptoms, entertainers have their symptoms, by which you know this person is such and such. So Arjuna is asking Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? And I find this very interesting. How does he speak? And what is his language? In the Western society, we call it a lexicon, or lingo, lexicon, lingo. And this is really interesting. How does he sit? It almost sounds like, what? I mean, I thought he was a yogi, transcendental. How does he sit? Yes, how does he sit? And how does he walk? Now, that one I can tell you a story about. As a young brahmachari in the Atlantic Temple, all the brahmacharis lived upstairs. And Prabhupada's murti was downstairs, and the deities were downstairs. So there was a hallway. When we walked on it, like, oh. And some person said, don't you realize that Prabhupada is down here? And Krishna is down here? Walk softly. How does he walk? In the Western society, the men walk back. I don't know like this. Some kind of, what do you call it? Now, it may be like a check, powerful way, stomping, showing you're powerful. That's not devotee. Devotee walks with respect for where he's walking. When you walk on this floor, how do you walk? How should you walk? Anyone have an idea? Yeah? Gently. Why? I'm sorry, Michelle. Why?
Everything is living in fear.
It's very good. Because Krishna is everywhere.
Like the deities of serious side.
Be respectful to you. I heard Prabhupada say in Vrindavan in 1976, he's trying to explain Krishna's everywhere. So he said, you take care of the deity because you think here is Krishna, right? All of that. What every time you bow down because here is Krishna, the kids are saying the same thing. The problem is, but you don't take care of the floor because you don't realize here is Krishna. Now we have a really nice security devotee here. This is robot machine. He takes care of the floor. But today he became master. He knocked over the microphone. We were just laughing, right? But he's a real nice devotee, but he keeps the floor clean. Very respectful. So Prabhupada made that point. We have to see Krishna everywhere. The one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, he's never lost to me, and I'm never lost to him. So we have to come to that place. Krishna is everywhere. So when we're trying to inspire others to chant Hare Krishna, we have to understand that chanting Hare Krishna is not for our pleasure. It's for whose pleasure?
The Lord's pleasure.
And it's been given to us as a process that we can gradually become Krishna conscious. Then the question becomes, how should we chant? Now we're hearing about how should we sit, how should we walk, how should we speak, and what language should we? Speaking is not enough. If your speaking is all nonsense, then don't speak. Don't speak at all. It's like now means silence. So silence doesn't mean don't say anything. Don't say any nonsense. It's like, don't waste your time talking about politics. You get it? It is an absolute waste of your human energy. Neither can they do anything because they're also absorbing, taking care of their sense gratification, they're taking care of their suffering, their threefold miseries. Who can actually help us? The police, the senator, the mayor. Who can help us with those threefold miseries? They can't. Huh? Who can help us with this, the threefold miseries? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, verse 66. Louder. Louder.
Abandon all the religion.
And all religion.
Offer everything to Krishna.
Yes, surrender to Krishna.
I will take care of all your sinful.
Sorrow, faith, all the sins.
Do not fear.
That's the problem with fear. It's like you're afraid to give everything to Krishna because you think what's going to be left for me, or I'll lose my sense of control. You know how it feels when you go home and you put the key in your door, and you turn the lock. It feels good, doesn't it? Be honest. You have your house, you have your own keys. One friend of mine, he told one devotee, he said, you'll never be happy until you lock your own door. You're complaining about living with your mommy, you're complaining about this, you won't be happy until you can lock your own door. That's true. You know, you have that sense of control. But when the devotee surrenders, he gives all sense of control to who? Ishvara, to Krishna. There's only 5 subjects in Bhagavad Gita. One of them is Ishvara. What's the other? Jiva.
Kala.
Kala.
Prakriti.
Prakriti. And the last one, karma. There's no eternal karma. The other ones are eternal. So we have to learn the systematic process to come to the point of Krishna consciousness. Arjuna is giving us an opening. And then Krishna says in the next verse, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Prajapati Yada Kaman, Sarvam Marta Manogatan, Atman Evatmana Pushta, Stita Pragyas, Stita Pragyas, the Dochite. Stita Pragya, transcendentally situated. So, verse says, the supreme personality of God had said, O Partha. Who is Partha?
Arjuna.
Son of who? When a man gives up all varieties of desire, repeat that. When a man gives up all varieties of desire, or sense gratification, which arise from mental concoctions, that's something you should remember. Which arise from mental concoction. What does that mean? That all these desires are mental concoction. Neither do they exist, neither will they exist. Everything is temporary. So your mind goes like this. There's different divisions. You have your intelligence and your mind. And in this state, we have our false ego. In the spiritual world, we have a real ego. We are spirit. In this material world, it's called false ego. Hankar, Vimuratma. That's explained by the Hankar, false ego. Vimuratma, it means we've been bewildered by the false ego. We think ourselves woman, black, Indian, young, old, white, whatever identification you want. That's called a Hankar. So we're dealing with this false sense of who we are. So it's very difficult to give that up and to pursue the spiritual path. So Krishna is giving us some guidance. Don't be distracted by this mind, mental concoctions. They're just coming all the time. So the mind is always proposing something for you to enjoy. That's the definition of the mind in one sense. Always looking to see how can I enjoy, and then the intelligence shows you how you can get it. Mind intelligence and the false ego is the kind of the seed of it all. Then you become bewildered by the mind and material intelligence. Spiritual intelligence says no. Spiritual intelligence works with accepting and rejecting things that are not Krishna conscious. That's not easy because we're bewildered by the false ego. What is that verse in Bhagavad Gita? What is 327 Bhagavad Gita?
Prakriti Karmani Sarvashah Ahankara Vimudhatma Iti Manyate.
The bewildered soul thinks himself to be the doer of activities that are carried out by nature. That's it. So we try to follow step by step how to become free. So Arjuna wants to know, how do I identify? In one sense, he's really asking, how do I know when I'm making advancement? He's asking in a general sense, but he could really is, how do I know if I'm making it? So if I ask you that question, how do you know you made advancement? How do you answer? I'll give you a hint. Bhagavad Gita chapter 13, verses 8 through 12.
Be humble.
Elements of knowledge.
20 elements of knowledge. And then Prabhupada explains in the purport, one should have to see how he's making advancement. And he should have a test. Oh, how do you go? Look back. How do you get someone good to see? One should have a test. And Prabhupada says you can use these 20 items. And the first item, I sound like a broken record. What's the first item?
Humility.
Be humble.
Humility. And second item?
Pridelessness.
Yeah. Actually, Prabhupada Maharaj is talking about that in the review. But what is the first in Sanskrit? Amani Drum?
Adabhitvam.
Ahimsa.
Humility. Without humility, you can't do anything in this world. It's very difficult. You want to be successful, you have to be humble. Otherwise, you won't learn. Nobody wants to waste their time with an arrogant person. But if you're humble, everyone will share it. Right? Like my band director in high school, he liked me so much because I would listen to him all the time. Because I knew he knew more than me. I wanted to learn what he had. So he blessed me with all musical knowledge and so many things. Prabhupada said about his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was speaking at a very sophisticated level. Very sophisticated. Just read the book, read the Brahma Samhita. The language is very deep. And Prabhupada said most devotees would leave. They would sit down and go away. But Prabhupada said, I would stay. Even though I could not understand what Guru Maharaj was saying, I would stay in this. And then he said, Guru Maharaj saw something in me. Therefore, he gave Prabhupada that order. Take this Krishna consciousness, spread it. Because he saw that Prabhupada was humble enough to receive it. So, one should have faith in Krishna, yes. But who else?
Spiritual master.
Who?
Spiritual
I
master.
thought you said the senator, right? Why do we have so much faith in these people? No names necessary. There's any of them. Why put our faith in them? Because really, money, maybe a little better this, a little better that, a little better this thing. But that's not what we want. Arjuna didn't want to go to heaven. That's why Krishna tempted him. Anarya Jusamaswara. You want to go to heaven. Arjuna doesn't want to go to heaven. He wants to go back to the lotus feet of Krishna. So where should we put our faith? Yasudeve Parabhaktir, Tata Deve Tata Varo, Visaite Katita Yarta, Prakashande Mahatmana. It says, and that is from the Svetasvatara Upanishad 6.38. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So we know from Bhagavad Gita chapter 15, verse 15. Who knows that verse?
Sarvasya cha Vidi Sannivishto Mattah Smritirjnanam Anamcha Vedesha Ameva Vedyo Vedanta Videvacha.
Which is about all the Vedic you know. Now he's saying, By the mercy of the spiritual master, you can know the importance of it. And by the mercy of Krishna. So you have to have both. In order to progress in Krishna consciousness, it's absolutely essential to have the lotus feet and the mercy of the spiritual master. But the two kinds of spiritual master. Who knows the two types of spiritual master?
Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru.
What's what are they?
Shikha is like
Just the word itself, teaching.
Teachings. Teachings.
Diksha is like
Taking initiation.
initiation.
There's no initiation of teaching.
No.
Teaching giving instruction.
Yeah,
Diksha,
Diksha.
he gives the initiation. So which is more important? Teach or teach? Both of them. You cannot minimize one or the other. So taking shelter of the spiritual master can mean two things. Diksha, initiation, or accepting the instructions of that person. I would venture to say we should all take shelter of. I'm going to sit here like Buddha until you answer. We should all take shelter of.
Krishna.
Who said it?
Prabhupada.
Did your son say that or you said? Hey.
He told me to.
Prabhupada. Now what does that mean? Prabhupada is like the Siksha Guru for everyone. But he's not everyone's Diksha Guru. I'm greatly fortunate that I received Diksha from Prabhupada. I don't know why he gave it to me. I don't think I was at all ready or qualified, but somehow he said, your name is all about the turn. Get out of here. He didn't say it. But he expected me to get out and go do something with that name. Do something with that blessing. Yeah. But the Siksha Guru, you can have thousands of Siksha Gurus. There's also another Guru.
Cheta Guru.
That's a big one. But there's one more. Bhartma, Siddharth Shakta Guru. Who is that Guru? That's the Guru that gave you the direction. Like, who is it? Dhruva. Who gave him the
Narada
direction?
Muni.
No, before him.
Oh, his mother.
His mother,
Mother.
not his stepmother. She gave the wrong information. He said, you want to sit on your father's lap, you have to die and take birth in me, then you can sit. And because he was a Chakra, he said, what? He became so angry. I want a kingdom greater than anyone. So his mother said, okay, fine, you have to worship the Lord. She gave him that direction. For me, I have a Bhartman production group. His name is Vaishnavananda Das. But when he became my Bhartman production group, his name was Bhakta Bill. Not even in this year. He practically forced me to take Prabhupada's book because I said, I don't have any money. I just have bus fare. He said, how much do you have? I said, 35 cents. Give me that. I said, well, how am I going to get home? God will help you. He knew there was something in me searching. He knew it. He said, this boy needs this book. I have to convince him to take it. Give me that money. Take it. It wasn't about it. It was about saving money. So, how many gurus do you have now? Chaitya Guru, Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, Guru. You should be so appreciative of whoever brought you to Krishna consciousness, whoever did it. Most of us, if we stop and think about it, someone introduced us to Krishna consciousness. Someone. It's like our little friend Krishna. He has been like a worker production for a lot of people downtown in the land. Believe me. When he was very young, he would go up to them and stand there, and he wouldn't move until they took a book. He just stand and look at him with a nice little smiley face. Police, homeless, it didn't matter. Do you realize those people that you gave books to, one of them might show up and become a devotee? Did you ever think that? Probably didn't think about it. Then you get Prabhupada's book. Vaishnavananda did not think that I would show up at the door of the temple, knocking on the door, and he would look around and say, that's the guy who gave you the book to downtown. Looked like he was probably kind of spaced out. So whoever brought you to Krishna, give them respect. And then whoever's guiding you, like here at our temple, we have several devotees guiding, like some Bihari Prabhu, Mataji, different devotees guiding, Ramananda Roy Prabhu. So many devotees are giving their information. I keep forgetting to turn it off. Just remind me I have to do a class too. Anyway, so we have so many devotees that are guiding us. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya is explaining about Siksha and Diksha, and Prabhupada explains in more detail. You should respect them equally. The Lord is giving you that knowledge. Don't just say, I have my guru, that's it. That's okay, I have just my guru. I don't listen to anyone else. It's not good. Prabhupada used to tell the devotees, if you have a question, talk to your older god brother or older god sister. Not always coming to him. Those are the ones who know experience. So Arjuna is very smart. He's asking for some identifying markers. How can I know, or how do you identify, how do you see? So later on, as I mentioned, chapter 13, verses 8 through 12, make a note of that. Those are the qualities you can see of required. That's knowledge, and anything beyond it is ignorance. And then go on to chapter 12, which verse?
13 and 14.
13 to 20,
13.
all the way to 20. 13 and 14 has an amazing purport. But each one of those verses at the end, Krishna saying, such a person is great. All these qualities of the devotee. I'm working on a small project, sharing with some guys. It's extracting from all the Prabhupada's writings, all of his lectures, everything he ever put down when he says a pure devotee or Krishna conscious devotee. There's like thousands and thousands of references. And if you look at them and think, let me try my best to follow some of these things. But in the 13th chapter, those points, beginning with humility, pridelessness,
Non-violence,
non-violence.
steadfastness.
And non-violence, Prabhupada explains, it doesn't mean don't kill an animal. It means don't kill a person by not giving them Krishna consciousness. Violence is don't give people Krishna. That's violence. Non-violent means give them Krishna. Amazing. So you should study that when you have time. So I'm going to stop. I read what Arjuna asked Krishna. I read what Krishna responded. I didn't finish it, did I? Again, Supreme Personality of Godhead said to Arjuna, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be pure transcendental. Find satisfaction in self. That comes up again about that. When one, he has no desire, no anything, then it can find peace within. Mahaprabhu Kirtan Gita Bhavita Maja, Manaso the same. So what does that mean? Manaso is saying the spiritual master is relishing within his mind the pastimes of the Lord. That's like an invitation to us. You want to be happy? Relish within yourself. Krishna Katha. That's why we should read Bhagavatam when? Every Friday.
Every day.
Every day.
All the time.
Lots of price, but there's you. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavata Master okay. Bhakti. This tells us when should we chant? Sapatam.
Nitayanto Namasyanto.
No, I've chanted enough. I've chanted 15 minutes today. Okay. But if you want that real happiness from within, do what Krishna says. I want to finish with this one thought. We only have one decision to make. It's a decision with two elements. And that is, are we going to accept what Prabhupada said or not?
Yes.
And are we going to accept what Krishna is saying or not?
Yes.
It's not enough just to read Bhagavad Gita. It's not. Krishna's talking to us. And either we accept what he says is truth and follow what he says. You can't follow everything he says. Well, you should know you should try to follow the best that you can. That's why he gave us those 20 elements of knowledge in the 13th chapter. And he said anything beyond that is ignorance. We should try our best. So Prabhupada says you should have a test. Self-analysis. Don't analyze other people. Oh, she's like this, he's like that. This one's like, no, look at yourself. But don't look arbitrarily. You have a guide. Arjuna said, how do you recognize a person like this? Transcendental. Krishna says, like this, like this, like that. How does he's telling us? How do you recognize a devotee? Number one principle is going to be humble. He's going to be humble. But what does it mean to be humble? Who knows? Prabhupada's definition.
One should not be eager to be respected and getting honor from others.
It shouldn't be anxious for the satisfaction of being honored by it. It's like a deception. So we think, am I seeking honor? Am I seeking respect? And when people don't respect me, I become upset. Whose fault is it if you're upset? Yours. You allow something that someone said or did to affect you when you're supposed to be happy from within. So no matter what a person says, you're fine. But you might also want to see, how can I help that person make progress on that limited platform? Devotee things like that. Okay, I'm not affected, but this person is suffering because they're affected. What can I do to help them elevate their consciousness? That's called nonviolence. So there are many, many elements, and we're almost finished with the second chapter. I'm so anxious to bring you to chapter 2, text 70. So we'll just take a few more lessons. I have to read 7 before. Chapter 2, verse 7. A person who is not disturbed. Please repeat that. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desire.
By the incessant flow of desire.
That enter like rivers.
That enter like rivers.
Into
the ocean.
which is ever being filled.
Which is ever being filled.
But it's always still.
Can alone achieve peace.
Achieve.
And not the man.
Not the man.
Who strives.
Strives.
Satisfy such desire.
Satisfy such
So the
desire.
visual is the rivers are flowing into the ocean. The ocean's so big and full, you don't even notice the rivers coming. So the devotee is so full in Krishna consciousness, when the desire comes in, it just doesn't bother them. It's like a lamp in a windless place. Our problem is that we're not full in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because we haven't decided to follow Krishna yet. We haven't totally decided. I've been here 52 years in this movement, and I still haven't 100% surrendered 100%. I'm still trying. But I know what the answer is. Follow what Krishna says. Follow what Prabhupada says. You make a mistake, pick yourself up, right? Simple psychology. Make a mistake, pick yourself up. Keep going. Why? Because you know the destination. What is the final destination? Going to heaven. Samadhi. No. The goal is shop at Patel. Anyway, so we'll stop there. Anyone have a quick question or comment? Yes?
Isn't Shiksha Guru more important than Diksha Guru?
They're equally important.
Because like Shiksha Guru, like he like advises you more to take Diksha from the Diksha Guru. He like makes you advance in spiritual life, right? More like
He may, and he will approve.
he introduced.
There's no more. Equal. The importance is the same. Diksha gives you that official connection. The spiritual, the Siksha Guru gives you the guidance, as you're saying. You said it perfectly, giving you the guidance. Or she. Ladies, newsflash, ladies can also become Guru. Although in some situations they're not given that opportunity, but they can be. Prabhupada said in 1969, actually don't do it. And to get to the he wrote some letter. He said, I want all my disciples by 1975, this is 1969. He said, I want them to get Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta. By the time they Bhakti Vedanta, they be qualified to become Guru. I want all my disciples, both men and women, to become. That's what we want. One day we'll see. Yes, Guru, what did you hear? You had a question? Yes. You had your hand up? Yes. Say louder. Oh, where's heaven? Wow, who has an answer for that? He caught me off guard. Where's heaven? Huh? That's an interesting perspective. But there is a physical location. Like you might ask the question, where's hell? There's a physical location. So heaven is where?
Upper
Yeah.
planet.
Yeah, so what is your name? Say it again. Atika?
Ashvika.
Ashika.
Ashvika.
V.
Oh, Ashvika. Ashvika. Is that right? Give me an A or B. Come on. Did I get it right? Spell it. Oh, W. Someone said V.
Ashvika. Pronunciation.
Ashvika.
Pronunciation was same.
So heaven, there's like there's the moon, the moon, right? And then the sun, right? Those are two heavens. The moon is called
Chandralok.
Chandralok, and the sun is called
Suryalok.
Suryalok. Those are heavenly worlds. Now, I wouldn't advise you to go right up to the sun, so you get burned up. Now, don't go to the moon because you freeze. You have to have the right kind of body to go to that place. There's a special body that can let you go into that place, and you will see everything very beautiful. And it goes higher and higher. Jupiter, all these higher planets. Very nice. Don't strive to go there. Say wait a little bit longer. Then you want to go to Krishna's planet. What's the name of Krishna's planet?
Goloka.
Go look at that place. Maybe mommy can give you some stories. Okay, stop. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare.
No.
Other gurus you said, other than Shiksha, what the meaning?
Chaitanya.
Guru. There's a guru there. And then the other is Varna Pradakshaka. That's the one that showed you the way. The initial contact, that person who gave you Krishna. You can see them as the first group. Yes, Guru.
What's the question?
That's the test that you have to take. I'm going to read chapter 13, study when we have time, verse 8 to 12. So then you see the gradual progression when you come to that stage. But if you give everything to Krishna on a regular basis, you will get that understanding. But it's not based on your effort. It's based on what? The Dami, the Krishna gives. That understanding, how to do what you just described, is not academic. Some of us think it's academic. It's not academic. Krishna has revealed in your heart and help you get free. If you think, or if I think that I can become free of material desires, I'm going to suffer the rest of my life. I gave up on that. I can't do it. It's impossible for me to do it. I have faith that if I go on chanting, if I just chant for the rest of my life, Cheto, Dharma, Marjana, Baba Maha, Tata, Papa, Shreya, Tata, Chanda, Vitarana, Vijaya, Anandam, Vijayana, Pratikara, Sarana, Sarvatma Snavana, Saran Vijaya, Sri Krishna. That cleansing of the heart. So we just think and chanting. Say it just choose to accept Krishna. Choose to accept Prabhupada as the ultimate teacher. And then try to follow the text. Really fun. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Without the Thank you, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Today we are celebrating two events, one birthday and second one is Shad. Yeah, Shad is also kind of a celebration because we perceive we are like they are going to better place. So first birthday, Prabhuji. Krishna Macharya Prabhuji and Ven Mataji, they are celebrating their son Rajiv's birthday. Keshav's birthday. Can you get 5 please? 5. Asia is turning 11 today. Three days back. Krishnamacharya Prabhuji wants his son to distribute 5 Bhagavad Gitas today, being we are celebrating his birthday.
Arriba! Arriba! Stay and take picture. Arriba! Pick up. One more.
Ashvika, she is the girl. She was asking question. You can give her.
Arriba! Stay there. Take picture. Arriba!
Can you all show Bhagavad Gita's front page? Thank you.
Arriba! Arriba! All right. You want to say something? Want to say something? Yeah, no, you say.
Thank you everyone for coming and my only request is you all bless Kesha that he grows up very well successfully in his spiritual aspects, material aspects. So happy birthday, Kesha.
Arriba! Krishna Matir Astu.
Let's all chant 3 rounds. Hare Krishna Mahamantra, blessing Kesha, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll continue, and we'll sing the
Happy birthday.
happy birthday song. Name is Keshav.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keshav. Happy birthday to you.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol.
On behalf of the temple, we would like to give a birthday gift.
Rivo.
Because we only give special gifts. So. Oh, thank you. How old are you? 11. Which grade are you in? Fifth grade. Oh, you're a big boy now. So you have your mom at home? Once you're in grade and above, you're supposed to have your parents at home, right? Okay, all the best. So it takes us at least 1 week or more to distribute 5 books. These are real book distributors.
Wow.
Independently distributed 5 books. So, the Prabhupada ji.
Yeah, Gopal.
Can I now please invite Vishnu Bobade family? Hare Krishna. Babaji is sponsoring today's lawsuit in loving memory of his father and for the birthday. So we will all raise our hands and chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Roji, want to take a couple of words?
Thanks everyone for this becoming here. Arriba.
Hare Om. Roji, take offer in the
For a picture of him.
this then offer in the next. Hare Om. Hare Om.
So we are all they protect the confidence wherever it is. So we have one announcement to make, two announcements to make. One is that we are coming up on Lord Narasimha Dev's Chaturdashi, as you know. We will be celebrating this festival next Monday. Next Monday evening, we will have a big program here. We will start here. Only a few have the book. Nityananda, Charitam. Okay, what have you? Does anyone have that book? Does anyone know this book exists? This is a beautiful book. It's a very beautiful book. It describes the life and pastimes of Lord Nityananda. And if you don't have it, we have ordered a whole case of it. Because if you have Chaitanya Charitamrita, you don't have Nityananda Charitamrita. And it's cannot be. You can't get God unless you get God. Please can you please wait? Haribo, please wait. Okay, so we have ordered a whole case, so your LNCC direct here. But we will be celebrating Lord Nityananda's appearance day on Monday. The program will start at 5 o'clock. And for the first 1 hour, we will read from Nityananda, Harinamrita, the glorious pastimes of Lord Nityananda. Then 6 o'clock, we will start having Abhishek of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. We'll have a full Abhishek, everyone can participate. It's totally free for everyone. We have to participate in the participate in the Abhishek, right? Everyone will get a chance to bathe the Lord and participate in it. Then after the Abhishek, we will have an offering of nice food items prepared by you and prepared by the temple to in the meantime, we will have a not last about 30 minutes. And then after the class, we will have Maharati and Pushpantali. So everyone will again get a chance to participate in the Maharati and the Pushpantali. If you want to offer special Arati to Nityananda with Darshana, with a special Arati with your family, that option is also available. It costs about $101, the fees will be with you. We will help you to offer special Arati. So we have only 5 spots for that. If anyone is interested, let us know. So that will be the schedule for the coming Monday, Nityananda Trilogy. All right, and then there are lots of sponsorship opportunities. As you know, we'll be feeding lots of Vaishnavas all through the day. There will be a very grand feast at the end of the day. If you are interested in sponsoring that festival, if you are interested in sponsoring any part of the festival, please reach out to us. We glad to give you that opportunity. But the festival will be on Monday. Then again, right after that, we have Gaur Purnima, right? Gaur Purnima is on March 13th, March 13th, okay? March 13th. And that is the big festival. That's also more famous as Holi. Right? But for us, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, it's very, very important festival because the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thursday. So on that day, we will be celebrating the appearance day of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that schedule we will be publishing very soon. That will be a program throughout the day. We will have a stage here, we will have some stage programs, we will have a big celebration. Last time, children also enjoyed by playing Holi here, right?
Yeah.
We played Holi. So we want to give them that same opportunity. That we are great celebration. So mark those days in your calendar next Monday and March 13th, the two big festivals. Right? Yes. See? Thank you. So now we will actually, I request you to come and get the blessings of Narasimhadev. After you get the blessings of Narasimhadev, then we will start serving. Yes,
The Kirtan, the one.
yeah, we also have kirtans going on. Kirtans in everyone's house, right? And so, if they want to sign up for kirtan, then please see me.
Prabhuji, what's the last name?
The last date for that is February 28th. It's February 28th.